Hello, everybody. This is our Sunday night live. Why is it saying sign into chat?
Um, I don't know. Let me check. Why am I signed off? Hey, Joy.
I don't know. Hold on, guys. Something weird's going on with this thing.
What's that?
Well, we don't have a minute.
No.
No. Email. I'm not saying it.
Don't say it. Talk to the people.
I can't see anybody.
Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I need to check something. I need the settings. I need the settings. There you
Yeah,
go.
guys, because we're professional YouTubers. Did it sign you out of this when you signed into the other one?
Maybe.
Oh, then it's not a good idea to play around with something like that before the live.
Sorry.
What do you want, Joey? What do you want?
You want some of my grapes? Is your microphone on?
Yes.
Okay.
My microphone is on. I'm not sure anybody's listening to me, but my microphone is on.
Um, mm,
Where's that? Yeah, SRT. Yes, Joey. No, 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 not with the now. Not with the now. Yeah.
yes, it's me. Okay.
Okay, guys. I don't know why that happened.
Because you changed your password. Now I can go back in.
Yeah, now we can go back in and see who's here.
No, I'm gonna do this. Okay, from the top up, Uncle Doc is here.
Hello, Uncle Duck.
Say hi, Mrs. Spec. Patrick is also here.
Hey, Patrick.
Say hello, Spec and chat. Steven Andrews R2 is here.
Hello, Stephen Andrews too.
Say hola.
Hola.
Uncle Doc says, and Mrs. Mexican Spec especially. Ooh, thank
Especially.
you. Barracuda's here.
Hello, Barry.
They say hello. Buddy Carafano say what's up, everyone.
What's up, buddy?
Believe yourself is here.
Hey, Believe. All you B guys.
They believe says hello, Mr. and Mrs. Spec and chat. Steven Andrews 1 is here.
Hey, Stephen Andrews 1.
They said DDG ended seconds ago.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Dean Stevenson is here.
Hello, Dean.
Dean says like 0.5 is 5/10, but that no, that's not equal. That's I don't know what that sign is.
That's not equal.
Not equal Juan or uno. Doc says we can hear you when you can see.
Yeah, we had to sign back in because I changed the password in this, so we're fine now.
Dean says I can hear you from 7,800 miles away.
Good. That's a modern miracle.
Steven Andrews says I gotta mute one, although the echo from dual streams is kind of freaking cool. Well, but oh, sorry. Yeah.
Okay. And put it on live chat.
And it's not a live chat?
No.
Let me start the pictures.
Yeah, the ever important pictures.
Steven Andrews says echo. Is there echo?
Well, because I got to mute one, although the echo from dual streams is kind of freaky cool.
CD Borlock is here.
Hello, CD Burlock.
Hello, guys. What happened? Not much. We just had to log back in onto the chat specifically because it logged us out. Dean says Steven Andrews feel more like a gecko. like from the insurance company. Slimo's here.
Hello, Slimo.
Slimo says, Slimo here. I've been on the tractor again, but it's raining now.
Oh, so now you can wash your tractor
Dice
for
Pato.
free.
Dice Pato Slimo. Josh Homan is here.
Hello, Josh. Good to see you.
Uncle Doug says, stereophonic.
Kind of gets weird though with the words and stuff.
Patrick says, hey Josh. Dean says, City Log, aka Leprechaun. Well, it's not important right now, but Mrs. Ecstasy told me it happens to everyone. Patrick says, Caps 3. Firefly is here.
Hello, Vilefly.
Firefly clings to a bowl of fried rice. Oh, fried rice.
Hey, I don't want to hear it. When we went to the mall, you had a choice of three different Chinese food places,
You're both horrible. The two of them are
and
horrible.
and you chose nachos.
Yeah, because they're horrible.
You didn't try those.
I've tried them before.
All you know is Chinaloa.
Yeah, that's disgusting too.
Yeah, well, we know that. There was two others, and Vietnamese food,
I'm
whatever that
having
is.
I'm having red grapes right now. The Simon says, hey Dean, the Pro Street tractor is running good. Palpa says, good evening all.
Hmm.
Dean says, Patrick. Joshua says, good evening to one and all. Dean says, you can always drag it out, Simon. Mm,
Sunday night. Yep.
I'm enjoying my
I have
grapes.
more things to do on Sunday than any other day of the week. I mean, I have the Steve Lato live in the morning, and then I have to do some stuff on my stuff, and then I have to go outside and clean. And it's really, really hot here, so I may have gotten sunburned today.
Pretty good.
What?
I'm just checking.
Thunderbird's here. Hello, Thunderbird.
Hey, Thunderbird. Why does it bother me this?
We haven't seen Stray Bullet, so we're not sure it's really on live chat.
I checked it. Dean says Dino 0.5, but it's not important in America. Why?
Oh, stop it.
You're always tired.
Tony didn't have a live tonight again. I'm not sure what's happening with his Sunday lives, but it's been 2 weeks in a row now. Did he have one last week? I don't think he had one last week either. Because we were on the road.
We were on the road. No,
Yeah.
but they mentioned that he didn't have one.
So that's 3 weeks in a row then that he hasn't had it live on Sunday.
But like a sunburn shouldn't be possible.
Well, I was outside without my shirt on, cleaning up the backyard because we were gone for a week. So it was. The weird thing is, there's a leaf out there, a whole lot of leaves out there from a tree that doesn't belong to us, and I don't know where they came from.
I thought to wear a hat.
That's not going to help my back.
Wear a shirt.
Keep up on this.
Silverlock says, met a girl today. Her and her brother were doing gardening, named Rosa, born when I got out of high school.
Yeah.
Dean says, because in America it's 0.5. Mm, I was trying to say something. Patrick says, I've made sure it's on live chat last few times. Have not seen Stray.
He was here last week.
Yeah, but
He was in our. Wasn't he in our live last weekend?
Yeah, but for some reason Patrick cannot see him.
Oh.
Thunderbird says, I'm worried that Tony is burning out.
I don't know if he's burning out, but like 2 weeks ago, I asked Kathy, and she said he was tied up. Her words. I'm not sure if he was busy doing something else or literally tied up. I'm not sure.
Josh Homan says probably dog stuff.
But on Sunday night, he knows better than that.
Believe says, today I turned 42. My daughter walked up to me and said, happy, and started timing on her watch. After a long silence, she said, 42nd birthday. I was so proud. Dean says, UTG responds to Jamie's tags in 1 minute. Better than the 42 minutes it took to respond to his text message on Phil Collins. Barracuda says he no RUV us anymore, no more.
He no rub us anymore.
Robos.
Yeah. If you're
Um,
Asian, that means love.
Uncle says same here on UTG Thunderbird for UTG Thunderbird. Papa says I only burn once per year, then my skin adapts, except for my ghost white legs. Dean says UTG is getting better, stronger, harder, faster. Papa says farmers tan and all that. Sorry. Sirandro says that must resist. I want that silver ram charger.
I haven't investigated it right yet as of yet because I just found it, so I got to get some more pictures. From a distance, it looks pretty nice.
Dean says he was Crower gliding.
I don't know what that is.
Silverlock says Tony only did a short video, 10 minutes. Tired myself. Thunderbird says Bowfly, what's your favorite vehicle to work on, or rather your least hated vehicle? Uncle Doc says UTG will always be my jam.
Yeah, I'm contractually obligated to be there since I'm a mod. I even asked that Zero if he heard anything, and he's like, "No, I didn't hear anything." But if he doesn't want to have a live, he doesn't have a live. But that's 3 weeks in a row, so kind of odd because he's been doing Sunday lives for years and years and years now, and he really likes doing them.
Patrick says, yeah, the oil shortage video from UTG took me a few to RAM. Remember? Dean says it's a hybrid Chrysler and Power Glide gearbox.
What are you talking about, Dean?
I don't know. Barracuda says, I'm making my own meal tonight. A new recipe. Robert says, Mexican Spec, how early on did you start modding for UTG?
I think I've been on there for 3 years now. This is my third year, and here's how it came about. Somebody that I did not know in the chat asked if I would be allowed to be a mod. And then Tony says, "Hey, as long as the other mods are fine with it, I'll do it." And that was Ari and Fubar and Zero, and they're all like, "Great, Mexican Spec is fine." So they made me a mod, but I don't know who that guy was. It's not like he and I had been, conversing about it. It just came out of the blue.
Bioplace's favorite vehicle? Oh, I guess my 94 C1500 truck. The wagon is second. Uncle Doug says content is always a challenge.
Yeah, don't I know it?
Yeah. Dean says, I hope it was MSG in it. It has MSG in it, very good. Buffalo says, I like the extra space under the hood for trucks. Fernando says, Jag.
You have to say it like, what's his name? Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Dean says, nitromethane project. Trevor says, I like working on 70s Ford trucks. Buffalo says, I learned the truck too.
Yeah, there's a lot of room on trucks, but I was never into trucks because they were the same for years and years and years. They didn't, they made slight changes on the grill and the turn signal lenses or something, but they were basically the same. The 60s cars I really liked. They changed every year. You knew it was a new car every year. And like every 2 years, it was a completely new car. So that's what I liked. Mr. Clarkson. Yes, Stephen Andrews. Sometimes my brain doesn't recall things.
It says it was Melchizedek. He's a good guy, Mexican affected. Mohawk is here.
Hello, Mohawk.
He said hello, everyone. Patrick says TVG does a good jag. Pablo says trucks are easy.
Yeah.
Superlux said, oh, hold on. He left me. Was the jag front wheel drive?
No. That didn't come till much later in their life.
Dean says Clarkson Island. Velux says 78 Highboy 400 here on 38 seconds. Almost walk under it.
On 38s. That's the size of his tires. 38s.
Mándeme. ¿Quieres una uva?
That sounds like you have a lot of money in that truck, Uncle Duck.
No, póngala.
You should see the Ford Bronco that's here, the '78 Ford Bronco. It's not far from me, but it's raised. It has 4 shocks on each wheel. You know, it's huge. So I don't know how I would deliver it to the border because I would not take it down south. But I don't know how I would deliver it to the border. I don't want to drive that thing on the road with those huge tires and everything. And I know how the roads are. It would not be a pleasant drive.
So Robert says, so who was the first mod? Zero. I stumbled on UTG about 6 years ago when I first bought the Thunderbird. Then I walked away from cars for a while. Then I got right in the head and came back.
I don't know. Fubar and Zero and Ari were mods when I started watching. So Ari's kind of phased out because he's too busy to be in there.
Uncle Doug is more than it is for sure. Bob the Campos here.
Hey Buff,
Hey Bob.
not very late.
No,
Only 57 pictures worth.
15 minutes. I say 30. They said, I'm late again. We went to Walmart in 66 in the 63rd. That was fun.
It is. When I had my '63 Savoy out in front, that's what we used to go to the store. People stayed out of my way for good reason.
I'm waiting for Costco to open on our town. Fernando says to Patrick, one of my favorite Paul Barn garage videos. Robert says, I like 4x4 trucks because most times you don't have to jack them up to work underneath.
No, but you have a sophisticated system that has a lot more parts to fail,
Yeah.
and it's a lot more expensive to get it back on the road.
Uncle Doug says, oh, that bed on the Volkswagen has a ripple on the bed.
I haven't looked too closely at it, but it should be worth a lot more than they're asking, considering what it is and how it looks and everything. The seat was done, the interior was done, everything.
Silverlock says the engine was crosswise when you showed it.
The engine of what?
Um,
The engine of which one?
Robert says, so I saw two of those Volkswagen vans and at the junkyard the other day. Not every day you see that.
No, it's not. It's probably one of those things. No, I'm not going to sell it because they think it's worth gold. This is a '56 model, so it's not easy to come across one of these. But I would definitely have to check the. I mean, it's little things like the tail lights. Are they even in the right position? Because to me, the left tail light looks closer to the hood than the right tail light does. So I don't know.
But, sorry.
We're on a live here, Joey.
But the Carfana says, Bob needs to ride on the board. I will not be late 100 times. No, he can be late
That's
as much as he
okay.
wants.
He's earned the right to be late whenever he wants to.
Yes.
He's not working anymore.
Bargula says, sometimes it's best for me to be moderate.
We all know that, Barry. And it's too bad that Kiwi didn't have a mod in there. He doesn't have any mods in there, I don't think.
Patrick says, too clean to use, in my opinion.
Somebody would take it out to shows and everything and look at my red and white Volkswagen truck. Because you see some of these in Mexico, but somebody took a van, cut the roof off, and moved the rear part of the roof, the rear part of the van to behind the cab and then closed it. So right behind the driver's window, you have those vents which should be going to the engine. So hey, this is a Volkswagen pickup. No, it's not.
Mohawk says, I'll take the 68 Charger when I win the lottery. Dean says, you're a hard taskmaster, Buddy Carfano.
That's not what I would buy if I won the lottery. There's a whole lot of other cars. I was.
First, you will get me a house. Then
The
you can
media.
with the rest, you can buy cars.
The media tells me I have to like the '68 to '70 Charger, but if we're gonna look at the 1970, I'm gonna go for the Hearst 300 because it's a much better car, much nicer car, much better highway car. What is Biofly talking about at $1,800?
Mog says no wait. Dean says I wrote that one. Firefly says price at 800.
What's pricey Biofly?
I don't know what he was saying. I don't know. Thunderbird says also I made a short showing it, but there was an old TV van with full hand painted lettering on it. Was a full piece of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Dean says Barracuda, you're fine unfiltered. You're fine unfiltered. Nadine says 8:35 Austin. I got it wrong last time. Thunderbird says I could smoke 2 packs of Barracuda unfiltered a day, no problem. Ooh.
I don't want to know what that means, Thunderbird.
So cute. I want someone to speak about me the way that Thunderbird speaks about Barracuda. Barracuda says, thank you, you're a good, kind person. Buffa says, oh, the Torquet LT1 to LS conversion kit.
Oh, okay.
The pause was blocked.
We didn't do it. We didn't do it.
I don't have any blocking.
No.
Like warning words or anything like that. Buffa says, I mentioned the website and it was
Oh yeah, okay.
The website.
Yeah, because only mods can post a link. Yeah. Or you have to separate it and don't make it look like a link. What is this thing?
What?
This car. Oh, the 57 Ford. Wagon.
Who's the person that mentioned you the StreamYard information?
I don't know. It was somebody that sent me an email. I don't remember the name. Sorry. But it was somebody that was on our lives when we were on the road. Here's the situation that we're in here in Mexico right now. Hola, Luis. ¿Cómo estás? The World Cup is coming to Mexico. They're going to have games in Guadalajara, Mexico City, and Monterrey.
I don't know if you said it correctly.
And
you have a town that is named the same. Why can't you name it the same?
What? Monterrey?
Yeah. Monterrey. With an R.
So if I get another sale, I'm not going to be able to go out and do anything until July. So we're kind of going to be stuck at home here. Want
to? Kirby, what? Robert says, did Mexican 302s come with Hollies or Motorcraft cars?
The Ford Motorcraft 302 two-barrel.
Let me go to my favorite car. They ask Kirby. Dean says, you say that again, Dean, and you'll get lynched.
What about all the other ones that you haven't read? Louise came in.
They were saying hi to Louise.
Patrick says, every time my dad saw a 57 Ford, he'd say that's the last time Ford outsold Chevrolet. Yeah.
What?
Way up there.
Oh, okay. No, I think so. Bodycar says seats too modern for old cars.
Well, people put it in there because they drive it. They need to be comfortable. No, not Herbie, Luis, but close. You could make a Herbie out of that. It's the right year, right around the right year, which Herbie was a 1963 model. Thunderbird says, how come? Just because the roads will be too busy with the World Cup? No. The hotel we stay at in Guadalajara is 1,650 pesos for a night. Mm. With the World Cup in town, they're going to charge 8,000 pesos for that same room. Mm. Plus all of the traffic, plus because they said everybody is sold out all over town, plus way far out. So to move around, to get out to anywhere, because I was figuring, hey, they're going to be in Guadalajara. I'm gonna go to Mexico City and just drive. It's only 400 kilometers to the port, but that town is going to be completely sold out too. That whole area is going to be sold out. because they're going to have games there too in Mexico City. So I just don't see how I'm going to be able to get out of. And it's a shame because my son gets out. He ends his third year in medical school, so he's going to be available to go with me if I do sell a car, and we're not going to be able to go until the World Cup is out of Mexico. Because I'm not
Mm-hmm.
paying 8,000 pesos for a room that should be less than 2,000.
Papa says, rolling the R's is a 15% success rate for me when pronouncing foreign languages. Dean says, motorcraft car made by a special supplier, altitude compensation car.
Altitude or attitude?
Altitude. Steven Andrew says, I thought the 59 Ford did too. Dean says, trip hazard bumpers. Thunderbird says, Dean, who was the special supplier? Thunderbird says, dang, that's expensive. What a ripoff. Steven Andrew says, Kaching. I think.
Yeah, but that's the hotel business. It's once in a lifetime thing that the World Cup is coming to the town, so everybody's taking advantage of it. Everybody. So I just don't see how I would avoid that unless, let's say I buy a car in Michoacan, which I don't want to do, or Guanajuato or something like that, and we go directly from there down, avoid all of those areas and come in from the north down into the port. That's a possibility. But again, when I do that, I have to get a set of license plates from Mexico City on the vehicle, and I don't know how long that would take with how many people are going to be in that area.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be doing anything during. Don't choke on the live. Put your arms up. Doing anything in the month of June in Mexico is going to be very, very difficult. So we're just going to have to sit here and, because I have emails from people that want things, but I just don't see how I can get out and get them before the wave comes in. Because even like Daily Driven Exotics, they're on the Gumball 3000 now, and they're coming in through Texas down through the area of Los Zetas. They're driving down to Mexico City for the World Cup, and I don't see how they're going to survive that trip. I really don't, unless the head of the Gumball 3000 has talked to the head of the Los Zetas to allow them to pass. Because these are $1 million cars with people with a lot of money. At the very least, they're going to get kidnapped. At the very least, because that's what Los Zetas do. That's their big business.
You fit at 30.
Just come on.
Yeah, I lost the chat.
Of course you did.
Just because it's beautiful. To that blue card that we're looking. Well, we're looking at a wooden shelf. Dean says GPT-4 two-barrel carburetor. Uncle Doug says mine the miners. I don't know what that means. Robert says Dean was the same. Was that the same? Luis Miguel says Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Mohawk says Ford or hardtop. Nice. Dean says probably well had a part steeple. The number says same as at 2100 or 2150 motorcraft.
It's just the two-barrel motorcraft that's on there, just like it was anywhere else.
But supposedly there is a soccer cup thing happening in Kansas City, but I see no chance of it.
Why would anybody go to Kansas City?
Patrick says wrong pipe. I hate that. I hate that. I know. I'm eating grapes, so a lot of juice. Luis Miguel says indeed. Dean says no. It had an altitude compensation device on most versions to suit Mexico City's height above sea level.
Well, then how does that run in my town when we're at sea level? Because the sea is right there.
Mm. The number says kidnapping and holding for ransom.
Yes, that is their business. That's what they do. That's part of their business plan.
Alpha says, is the F in the RB for Frankenstein?
That could be. I don't know anything about these Mercedes things, but I thought it was cool to put it in there since I've never seen one before.
Joshua Man says, this one is US. I saw the speedometer.
Which one, the wagon or the Mercedes van?
Trevor says, I like that Bel Air.
It's interesting. All the extra trim that somebody created and put all over it. Very interesting.
Alpha says, Kansas City has good barbecue. Not sure what else. Marquita says, what were prehistoric sleepovers called?
Okay, we go. Barracuda and Believe are gonna compete for the dad joke of the night.
Dean says, but some versions have the ACDS bellows to change the lean or richness based on feet or meters above mean sea level. Mean sea level? Crispin says, yes, me too. Ay, qué peludo, peludo. Ay, qué peludo.
Cave parties, Thunderbird says. He's guessing. Patrick. And wire wheel hook. Yeah, that's what I was saying yesterday. They did all this customization on the car and then just left Malibu wheel covers on it.
Are you stuck?
They gave up when it came to the wheels.
Are you stuck?
Josh Holman says that truck that came before this wagon. Yeah, it's that's not something that would have been made and sold in Mexico. That nothing Mercedes was ever made here. Buddy asks, is the Mercedes diesel? I think it is. It had such a high number on it that I didn't even consider putting it on my stuff. So Uncle Duck says glampers.
Lampers? What is
If
lampers?
if you can call it that, because it is still an old Mercedes van. Dean says they get taken off.
The wheels? I mean
No, the thing he's talking about on the carburetor.
Rafa says, oh wait. Rafa says, I guess the case is strip steak also, but quality has dropped off the past few years.
Oh,
Mohawk says that F was probably for Frankfurt, Germany. I think that is where those are made.
that's very possible.
Barracuda answers his question with dinosaurs. Silverlock says gato. Yes,
Yeah,
gato.
gato. El gato de la casa.
He's leaving his hair all over my
Ouch.
bed.
I don't want to say that if Danny's here because he was here first.
Patrick says chrome exhaust.
Chrome exhaust tips.
Believe
It's
says
always the tip, Patrick.
only the tip.
Yeah, only the tip.
Believe says I checked out a book on the history of barbels. It was quite heavy.
It had to be. Believe it had to be.
Thunderbird says I knew a guy that sent this photo to the Lonely Hearts Club. They sent a reply, "We're not that lonely." Ooh.
That's probably the reply I would get.
Wildfire says, gay parties are not widely publicized. Speakeasies as such. Luis says, Dean, see ya.
Where are you going, Luis?
Patrick is laughing to believe. And Dean says, GPD Motocraft 2150 carburetor features a factory calibrated high altitude compensator, HAC, that automatically leans out the air fuel mixture as you drive into higher elevations.
That sounds too much like technology in an old carburetor.
Steven Andrews wants to know if they made dino s'mores. S'mores. S'mores.
I wouldn't be able to tell you, Steve.
I made a s'more for the first time recently, as of like last winter. It was really good. I've never had a s'more before.
I don't think there were graham crackers though, were they?
No.
They have to be on graham crackers to be s'mores.
There's a word.
Yeah, Thunderbird's a modified Motorcraft 2150, which was one of the carburetors I can rebuild with my eyes closed.
Luis says, oops, my bad. Kim fixes things here.
Hello, Kim.
Hi, Kim. Why is the chat going so fast? They say hello, everyone. Dean says, I researched the history of Barbary pirates. That was even heavier. Why? Because of the boats? Luis says, Kim. Robert says, I used to have a job cutting trapdoors in theaters. It was just a stage I was going through. So everyone's selling jokes now. Okay.
Yeah. We're not talking food, we're talking jokes tonight.
Dean says Mexicans were way ahead of the curve.
Josh says, good to have you join us, Kim. And Luis says, Kim fixes things high. Kim, do you think Mexican markets will experience a motor oil shortage? I don't know. The only thing I can do is go to the store and see if they're selling out. We have a lot of brands that you guys don't have over there, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. I'm finding it hard to believe that that they're not that there's going to be a shortage anyway because of how much is refined in the U.S. But
Hold on. That's not.
I'm not going to do anything right now.
Um, Luis Miguel says Josh. Dean says Luis Miguel Suarez Barrios. City Borlock says good night. Are you leaving City Borlock?
Are you going, CD Burlock? Well, good night.
Good night, City Borlock.
I'm playing with the
Sorry,
cat.
Dean says Josh is equal to a whole man. Ooh. Joshua says good evening to you as well. Luis says Dodge Power Wagon. They came out in 1962. Steven Andrews says, ooh la la, Jolie Peugeot. I think you're trying to say Peugeot.
I think so.
Valhalla says, I was pitching an idea to my wife about school detention at the last school she worked at. Pirate Pete's detention, where the students would be forced to mop the floors. Hey, that sounds good. Joshua says, this truck is interesting.
It's pretty nice for a Ford.
No me regañes. Students correct Peugeot. Diplomat says, I made up a carabiner joke. Can't tell it here. Kimpi says, I heard the shortage is only likely to occur with the zero W's in the request.
Well, we don't have to worry about that. None of us have that kind of car. And if you do, you shouldn't.
Diplomat says he's tired.
Okay, good night, CD. We'll see you soon.
Thank you for joining us. Thunderbird says, my mother-in-law gave me that joke calendar the last 2 years, but honestly, most of them are pretty lame.
They're supposed to be.
Believe says meow. Believe says Ford F-150.
F-100.
Yes, sorry. I'm just used to saying F-150. Bubba says, watch it, Yalan Robert, or you'll be taking a long walk off a short plank. Luis says 1964. Cerebro says, tell gato bye. Bye gato.
Bye, gato.
Bye gato. Dean says bye to Cerebro. Robert says, do you guys know the joke about the Mexican farmer? Never mind, it's pretty corny.
Here in our town, it is. They grow corn here.
It is too.
White corn.
Simando says gato. Uncle Lex says, oh no, Thunderbird almost boom. Luis says, also, Simon Fordman, he got a cat. Dean says, I couldn't tell it was corny either. Mohawk says, have a great night, everyone. I have to go.
Good night, Mohawk.
Good night, Mohawk.
Hope you're feeling well.
Dean says, when your dad jokes make the cat meow, then it's a success.
That is true. I'm sure he was reacting to the joke.
Butterfly is getting into a floating paper boat in the sink.
How did a floating paper boat get in the sink?
Somebody put it there. Dean says, cornholio. Barracuda says, why don't skeletons fight each other? They don't have the guts. Thunderbird says,
I'm shaking my head, by the way, in case you can't tell.
Thunderbird says, have you guys heard about the new documentary about rednecks? I can't wait to see the trailer.
You never know what you find in Mexico. 64 Ford Falcon Ranchero. Again with wire wheel covers. And I think that says 260 on the fender. Not 289, it's a 260. Problem is they're not worth anything. Nobody will pay good, decent money for it. So he's gonna own it forever.
Aww. Uncle Doc says, nice Thunderbird. I claim the neck. Wait, nice Thunderbird. I claim the neck.
Why are Sunday nights so weird when Saturday afternoons are so normal?
Because it's when all of your extra energy is getting out of you.
I think every Sunday night is a full moon. I think that's what it is.
Kind of. But for this, the 260 motor. I got one hopped up a bit once.
Yeah, they had pretty decent power in the '60s.
Upper Kid on Play is here.
Hey, Mo Parquet, welcome.
Keep it on the chat.
Don't spray that.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
He'll go to his cage.
There's no cage.
Thunderbird. Have you guys seen the movie Constipation? Mo Parquet, send a super chat.
Hey.
Dance, Mrs. Spec, dance.
No. I don't dance.
I figured next time, goal achieved. Not by my record. Luis says, well, I have to go and have a good night, everyone. Goodbye.
Thank you for being here.
Buenas
Luis.
noches, Luis. Cuídate.
Why are you speaking weird Spanish when you're speaking English and you're supposed to Spanish?
Because that's life. So I was thinking, next time we're on a road trip and if somebody gives us a super chat, the only thing I can do is turn the wipers on so you guys can see it wiping back and forth. That's about all I can do.
Michael looks at the joke. My relatives are all rednecks. Patrick says, hey, gay. Liv says, hi, Upper K. Thunderbird says, have you guys seen the movie Constipation? Mr. Spec sees it every day. Josh Roman says,
TMI. They didn't have to know that. That's what I take pills for.
Josh Roman says, US Spec.
I'm off screen here, so you got to keep going.
Okay. Marcella says, why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Butterfly says, I put a comp cams 260 duration cam in one of them and it woke up. Excellent throttle response and mid-range cruising improvements.
Nice.
Let's see.
Hurry up before we...
Dean says, because the Roman did the switch Ronnie on the Sabbath and screwed it all up. Mexican.
Well, that doesn't mean people are crazy on Sunday night.
Uppercade places 65?
Yes, 65, but it's a Mexican car, so it has a slant 6 under the hood and a floor shift manual.
Now you have to do a lot of work to do.
Thank you very much, Uncle Duck. We really appreciate it.
He says that with a sad face because he has a lot of work to do now.
I have to figure out what to give the members.
Thank you. Thank you, Uncle Duck. Now
and now people are green.
Now Mopper Kid on Play, Kim fixes things, Patrick, and Out of Order Garage.
Out of Order Garage. Nice.
Chris Sanders.
Chris Sanders.
Yeah.
Nice. You missed a comment up there.
Yeah, I'm going back. Hold on.
From somebody because it's way off screen now.
Yeah. Let me go. Dean says, no, but I already did that. Rafa says, you don't have to dance, just jiggle.
You couldn't see that anyway.
Thunderbird says, that's because it hasn't come out yet. The movie. Conservation. Will the drill is here?
Hello, Will.
Hi, Will. Dean says, because he's thinking about the right tone, Mrs. Mexican. Let me see. Dean says, like Elvis, the Mets are trying to take the Las Vegas out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the drill says, I'm recovering from a really bad heartburn. Oh, that sucks.
And Uncle Duck says, smiles for friends. Thank you very much, Uncle Duck.
Thank you. What did Duck say?
Above Patrick. Above the green Patrick.
Okay, yeah. Patrick says, did DGG's mom get a sub?
I don't think she's in here.
Uncle Doug says, welcome for sure. The Mexican Specs are so cool people.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't believe you, but thank you. Oops. something happened in the backyard. The number says, did cop cars in Mexico have spicier engines?
No, there was no police additions here. They used Dodge Darts in the seven in the yeah in the mid 70s, just like the one I have sitting out in my backyard, the '74 Dart 4 door with a big light bar on the roof. If you watch some old Mexican movies, you'll see what they use. They also use dusters for pursuit cars, but they were, I think that they might have been the Super B with the V8, but they could have been the Slant Six. And now they just use whatever's around. They're using Chinese cars, or they're using Nissan Surus or whatever. They there's no they just the highway patrol, which is our national guard here. They're using chargers out on the highway and pickup trucks. A lot of pickup trucks get used for police, but it's not a special package.
Uppercase says, "Oh man, Will, I'm sorry, man. Check your blood pressure, please, Will. Yeah, check your blood pressure because heartburn can like look like hide heart problems, like actual heart problems. So check your blood pressure." Uncle Doc says, "Nope. The juice mom was denied after huge efforts."
Mm.
Mike Ennis here.
Hello, Mike.
It's a beautiful car.
You guys got to be more specific because I don't know which car you're talking
I'm
about.
gonna put the
Was that the
pictures slower for
Coronet
you.
or is it the Falcon?
I'm gonna put the pictures slower for you. Steven Andrews says, "I gotta work at 6:30 a.m., so I need to sleep. I will keep you on though."
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Steven.
Steven, number one.
Dean says, "Out of order, Mopercade, Mr. Sandwich,
Oh, okay.
Mr. Sandwich, Lamborghini, Patrick, Uncle Doug lives here."
Yeah, Moparquet, that was a Dodge Coronet, and the interesting thing about it is it has Dodge Magnum wheels on it. The Dodge Magnum was a two-door Dodge Diplomat with a 360 under the hood and a four-speed manual transmission. It was the last of Mexico's performance cars with a V8 under the hood, and they made certain Corvette-looking wheels that only came on that one car, and somehow a set of it got on to this Coronet. They're very valuable, but that's those wheels.
Thunderbird says, "Good night to Steven." Steven Andrews says, "Thanks, Thunderbird." Steven Andrews too says, "Thanks,
Good night,
Thunderbird."
Stephen Andrews too.
Thunderbird says, "They are all beautiful cars."
There's a lot of them here.
Overcase says, "I haven't learned about the diplomats yet."
Well, talk to Mean Street Mopark because he's building a few. He knows all about them. I mean, he tried to buy a car from me, but he couldn't get financing for it. So I would have loved to have sold him the. It was a Dodge Dart here, which is a Magnum here, not a Diplomat here, with a V8 and a four-speed manual on it on the floor. The car was created, but it would have been a perfect car for him.
Will Drill says, "I saw a 1985 Mercury Capri for sale that almost made me sell my Mustang. Mind blowing. That's how extremely sentimental my Mustang is."
You don't want an '85 Mercury Capri. Was it the V8 with the? Was it a special edition like the Midnight Edition or anything like that?
Uppercase says, "Someone loved them wheels for, I'm sure."
Yeah.
Dean says, "You behave yourself, Steven Andrews. Gotta keep the Stevens on top of the world dominance and rule." Thunderbird says, "Wait, there are two Steven Andrews?"
He has two accounts, so he logs in with both of them. I mean, Dean could do that too with the 75 accounts that he has, but he just doesn't.
Patrick says, "The altitude of the Falcon stance looks good." Am I talking too loud? I feel like I'm talking too loud.
No.
Rafael says, "I wonder if of any 1996 to 2000 Dodge Magnums are in Mexico. Those were cool wagons." They are.
2000. That was way into the 2000s. That was
I really like.
2005 was the first of that body style, so it was way past that. But yes, there are some here.
Yeah, I love that car.
Yeah. Too many computers for me though.
Yeah. Drill says it was the RS with the 5.0 and 5 speed.
5 speed. I don't think they had a 5 speed in 1985. I could be wrong, but I don't think it was a 5 speed. Yeah, it was the body style, the Biofly that came out. You know, the Chrysler 300, the Dodge Charger. They first came out in 2005, and I remember because when they did come out, I asked the Chrysler dealership here to bring me a Chrysler 300 to the house so I could drive it. And being Mexico, this is not the U.S. The car arrived, and I took it for a drive. They had disconnected the speedometer so that it wouldn't clock up miles on the dash, so it wouldn't shift out of first gear. So the guy was driving it in first gear. The guy was driving it in first gear all the way over, and I drove it down the street in first gear. And I told him if I buy one, I don't want this one. But when they sell the car, they hook it back up and it clocks up miles when the buyer buys it. Yeah, nice.
No, you haven't called out her channel.
I did.
You said thank you. That's all you said.
Yeah, Uncle Duck, thank you.
No, Uncle Doug was the members.
Yes.
Mopper K was the one that did the super chat.
Yes, but the goal was $20 super chat, not.
That's too bad. Yeah, the app was wrong.
The goal was I'll call out your channel and say thank you. Mopar K don't play. Thank you for the super chat. I have to follow my own rules.
Yes, follow your rules. Bad says I can't remember. Dean says I don't want to show off today, Mexican section. Thunderbird says loading. Golden Trail says the 5-speed replaced the 4-speed in May 1983.
Really?
Bad says the electronic shift transmissions. Barracuda says what is a spicy taco's favorite movie? Catch Me If You Can. Dean says by tomorrow.
But tomorrow.
About tomorrow, I'm all into hack
Meistering
the Dakota stem out, who has 10 user IDs.
We got quite a few watch hours out on the highway because we did the Saturday live, the Sunday live driving, and then the Sunday night live. So there you are, Mean Street.
Hey, Mean Street.
Mopar K don't play wants to know about diplomats. I don't know what kind of questions she has.
His ears were burning.
Yes, your ears were burning, Ken. So I think we're under 600 watch hours away from getting to the 4,000 for this year. But Tanner at Vintage Adventure Drives, he opened up his channel not long ago, and he's right where we are right now, offering memberships and all of that. I mean, he's a very different channel. People actually want to watch what he does.
Uncle Doug says there one was a man from Nantucket tried to sell the seat in a bucket. Oh no, PG, sorry.
Yeah, you don't want to finish that one.
I don't actually know that one. You will tell me later.
There's a lot of Nantucket jokes.
Tell me later.
You have to look them up.
Tell me later.
I couldn't even remember Clarkson's name.
Dean says, Main Street Mopper, consider yourself stopped. Dean says, you'll need to send Interpol out to get me, Main Street Mopper.
Now, when you look at this Mustang, it's a nice Mustang. The hood is bent down. The weird lights in the grill don't belong there. I'm sure people in Mexico will say, hey, that's a nice Mustang. It is not. That Mustang has been through stuff.
I wonder how you would look with no hair.
I don't want to know. Firefly says, there once was a lady who lived in a shoe. She had so many kids that her vagina fell out. True story. True story.
You skipped Thunderbird's mess. You skipped Thunderbird. What do you call an Eskimo peeping Tom? Took a look.
Took a look. Yeah.
Dean says, like Jack and Jill and the contraceptive devices.
The movie? That was a horrible movie.
Uncle Doug says, I'm so sick of Mustangs. Sorry, no offense.
No offense taken. They're all over the place. Although, I can't say I don't like Mustangs because I bought a new Fox body Mustang, I bought a new SN95, and I bought a new 2005. So I've had every new Mustang body style since the 70s, even though my Fox body was a 90 model. Very elegant looking car in a titanium color with mesh wheels on it.
Titanium?
Yeah. You don't see Fox body Mustangs in that color, but I bought it right from the dealership. Tinted windows, mesh wheels, very very nice looking car.
Uncle Doug says good band name, Dean.
Jack and Jill and the contraceptive devices. But Jack and Jill were both Adam Sandler, so that would be kind of disgusting.
It's called self love.
We were in the hotel, and I finished watching one of the Adam Sandler movies, and it says coming up next, Jack and Jill. I changed the channel so fast, I didn't even wait. No, thank you.
Ralph says, not sure what's wrong with everyone in the city today. Bad drivers left and right. Felt like running a few into telephone poles.
Try it, you'll like it.
Also, you'll end up in jail for sure.
No, an accident's an accident.
Dean says, you can fix them by only enjoying mopars.
So many Beatles.
Uncle Doug says, wait. Dean says, lol, it might not go down well in Ireland.
You don't know till you try, though, Dean.
Uncle Doug says, exactly, converted to mopar Ford to here.
Well, at least the wheels interchange, kind of. In case you have some Fords laying around. Do I have a Ford? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't have a Ford anymore. I sold the 72.
Yeah. It was a nice car. It was stinky,
Yes.
but nice.
They're great highway cars.
It was stinky.
People were driving way too slow when we headed out to that town. Why are you gonna go like 40 miles an hour on the highway?
Regular says, here lies the body of Mary Lee, who lived to the age of 103. For 15 years, she kept her something. Better leave it there.
Now they're telling half jokes.
Okay. Mainstream Upper says, what did she want to know about diplomats?
I don't know. She's here. Ask her. She says she doesn't know anything about diplomats.
Robert says, I'm in a band called Dyslexia. We just released our greatest shit album. Sorry if I can't say that on here.
You're allowed to. We're past 8 seconds or something? On YouTube, you can't swear for the first however many seconds. We're fine.
Mira mi aruñé.
Who?
Yo.
Joey?
Yo.
Oh.
No sé.
You scratched yourself?
I don't know how it happened.
Oh, maybe you put your arm in something. Uncle Doug got 6 Fords, then woke up and had 4 Mopars. We were a Ford family. We had a Ford Econoline van, a 68 Ford Galaxy, 63 Econoline van before that. I learned how to work on them. The FE 390 and the 68 Galaxy.
Dean says, Uncle Doug, you don't know that Dodge says there are no true Dodge believers, only those that don't know they are Dodge guys yet.
Close enough.
Me?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Because it says, you do know that Dodge says there are no true Dodge unbelievers.
Oh.
Only those that don't know they are Dodge guys yet.
Oh. Papa says, I can't wait until round 1.26. What? You said that one.
I can't wait till the round 1.26-inch LCD display arrives so it can try it out on my dash for a speedometer. A good test of AI and my wiring skills. Mopar K is going to bed. Good night, Mopar K.
Good night, Mopar K.
Thank you for joining us.
Senator says, so they have an Econolines in MX?
Yes, but I grew up in Southern California. And that was a scary van. Very weak inline 6, and we were towing a travel trailer with it. You know, like going up the Ventura Freeway. You get a little bit out past some areas, and you start to go up a grade. All of us are in the van, towing the trailer, and then a big rig goes by in the next lane and pushes the whole thing into the emergency lane. It was scary. It was scary. He got rid of it, and my dad got rid of it and got a couple of pickup trucks after that. He got I think it was a GMC white with the red and blue pinstripes on it. I don't know if it was it could have been a 76 model. Had that one for a while, and then the fan came through the radiator. So I think he got rid of that one. He got another truck and ended up with a 77 Ford Econoline when the second gas crisis came into play because they were, going by license plates, but commercial plates in California, they allowed you to fill up every day or any day. So that's why he got the van.
Firefly says, I'm letting the AI do all the programming just to see if he can pull it off. Uncle Doug says, most welcome, upper kid and play. Enjoy. Dean says, it's the bomb, but on owners' reason are even better. Uncle Doug says, very cool. Beetle. Yes.
The what I look for in a Beetle is the original radio in the dash, especially one of these old ones that it hasn't been cut up for some garbage square radio. And this guy left the original radio and put the custom one in the glove box. So he really, protected the
integrity.
And apparently there's speakers underneath the dash there. I'm not sure I would want that cup holder basket thing right next to my gas pedal because it's going to fall. You put drinks in there, make a turn, and it's falling right onto your foot.
Maybe. Papa says gas is now $4.19 per gallon in KC.
Which side of the border are you on, Biofly?
Buddy Carpana says, why aren't car companies doing something for the 250th anniversary?
That's what I asked. For the 200th anniversary, a lot of car companies had the the 4th of July red, white, and blue editions, the 200th edition, but nobody seems to be doing anything for the 250. That tells you where the country has gotten to.
Dean says, Motorcade, trust me, worldwide domination and rule requires a strict sleep schedule. That REM sleep hit you for many glorious hours.
I think it's May REM sleep hit you for many glorious hours.
Um, Uncle Doug says 650 Sacramento. Ouch.
That's regular gas? Wow. Oh, my alarm went off and I haven't even taken my pills yet.
Bob says, ooh, wood grain knobs. Robert says, my whole family and friends circle was Chevy diehards. I was too until I ended up buying a Ford, and then I started to feel like an underdog. So that's what started the Ford fetish.
What I like about the Fords is the solenoid up on the fender. You don't if the to check the starter on a Chevy, you have to get under the car and jump across there and hopefully the car doesn't run you over.
Mm-hmm. This says spelling mistake. May rapid eye movement, sleep, etc. Barcuda says, I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. I just can't put it down. Bioflex is on the Missouri side with the criminals.
Okay.
Thunderbird says, low Barcuda. Uncle Doug says, oh, how upside down, Barry. Dean says, Barcuda, give it up, little boy, and right. Bioflex says, which is why I don't live in Cali. Let me get my bills.
Yeah, they high prices there just to have high prices. And like TK's garage always has said many times, their willingness to give up the smog test so easily tells you what they really think about the smog test. It was just a money graph, a grift to get a bunch of money in. They don't really care about the environment because they're going to switch from smog tests to safety checks just that easy. I haven't seen the live that TK said he was going to do with a guy that owns some smog centers out there in California because he was notified by CARB and by the state that to start prepping for changing over to the safety inspections from smog.
Pablo says to check a starter on a Chevy, you need a quarter to jump the terminals. Perfect size.
Yes, but you have to reach down to where the solenoid is on top of the starter. It's not convenient up on top of the fender, so you could see if what the problem is.
Zapato, bebé.
Uncle Duck
Zapato.
says, "Truth, Spec." Thunderbird, I accuse my friend's wife of putting glue on my pistols. She denies it, but I'm sticking to my guns.
Ay,
He says, you just
pobrecito.
chain a hammer to the starter solenoid on a Chevy and drive over the hard shoulder to shake it up so it starts the morning after. That sounds like a lot of work. Uncle Duck says, yet I just got a small check on my registration renewal. All a big boo. Yeah, that I couldn't even imagine having a 20-year-old truck and spending four to $600 for registration. I just could. I can't believe it. I had all my cars registered there because you can't park an unregistered car on the street, and even a registered car is only allowed to sit on the street for 3 days. But every one of my cars was registered there when I had them, kept them current and everything. Um, it was funny that my '63 Plymouth I have sitting out in the back here when I first, because she had been sitting since 1977 in the lady's garage, the original owner. I had to get it smogged in '82 or '83 to get my tag, and the car never had rear brakes, so it was dynamometers at the time. So the car was on the dynamometer, and there was no rear brakes to stop the dyno. So I just told her, just put the park lever down. It was a woman doing it. Put the park lever down, and she put it down, and the rear wheel stopped. That was the only way we could get it off the dynamometer.
Butterfly says, I bought some instant water, but I forgot what to add.
My I just fixed the brakes when the car got here in 2010. That's the first time the rear brakes have worked since I had the car, since the car was parked in 1977. So that's a long time.
Body Carfano says, my family were 4 people until dealer couldn't fix my mom's car, changed to Buick.
So what was it? A Ford Fiesta that had a bad transmission?
Uncle Doug says, tequila, Butterfly. Butterfly says, oh. George Holman says, instant water, just that water.
Yep.
Thunderbird says,
I think it's right on the label.
Thunderbird says, move to Alberta. We have zero emissions regulations here.
A lot of places have zero. Even California has zero emissions regulations in the small towns. So if you have a fleet of cars, it's worth it to. I mean, you might have insurance problems, but register them
Why are you
in the
crying,
smaller
baby?
town. Firefly says, I wonder if they are still selling the powdered alcohol stuff to add to water and make a stiff drink out of it. I didn't know that was a thing.
Me neither. Regular says, what do you call a horse that can't lose? A sherbet. Sherbet.
Sherbet.
Sherbet.
Sherbet.
Why?
Because it's a sure bet.
Um, Never mind.
That one was obvious.
Yeah, but I don't know how to pronounce it, so I don't know. Bafa says it was in the news a while ago. Flicarafana says Taurus show AC didn't get cold.
And they couldn't fix that? All of us could probably have fixed that. Not a difficult thing to fix. I have to take my Durango to the AC shop again. Took it to the store on Friday, and at idle, it's not the AC is not coming out. So I think the truck needs a boost of Freon a little bit. It should cost I don't know like $10 or $20 or something dollars. Uncle Duck, full of corn tonight. Nice PG. LOL Barry. Viofly, the Taurus SHO was fast enough. It was cool. That depends what generation too. The Yamaha engine was very complicated for somebody to work on. I mean, you open the hood and it's like, what the hell is that? What do you do with that? And he says, Firefly says, ugly but cool. I really like the round Tauruses. I bought a new '97 station wagon in dark red. I really like that car.
You have a picture with it.
Yes.
Pablo Campos says a Thunderbird, not in Tennessee either.
No.
Emissions. Uncle Doug says Honcho with Hurricanes actually looks good.
I don't know if this truck was sold new in Mexico. I seriously doubt it because it's a four-wheel drive. I think it's a four-wheel drive. It's hard to tell from the pictures because there was hardly any four-wheel drive anything. Although the Wagoneers were four-wheel drives. Is that a controller on the floor? I think it's a controller on the floor, almost on the passenger side. What's it doing so far over there? Hmm?
What?
What are you
Sorry.
playing with?
You're also here?
She gets distracted so easily.
I'm sorry. Powerful says the Yamaha engine never had any problems. They kept blowing up clutches on auto transmissions.
Yeah, but they still needed service, oil changes and tune-ups and stuff.
Uncle Doug says that's an ad on four-wheel drive shifter.
Oh, well, that's why it's in the wrong place.
Thunderbird says here's a hot dog money for Mrs. Spec.
Thank you very much, Thunderbird. No, we're not going to get a hot dog.
I want a hot dog.
It's going to be closed by the time we're done here.
No.
Yes.
It wasn't closed last time.
At 10 something at night?
Yes.
Yes, it's closed.
No, it's not closed.
Yes, it's closed.
Joy wants a hot dog.
Joey Joy doesn't eat hot dogs.
He does too?
No.
He does too.
Firefly.
Ask him.
You want to find a vacuum leak on a complex manifold? Dump a large cup of water on it.
Why can't I leave a message?
Why not? Just
I used to be able to leave a message when we were on the live.
Yes, it depends on how much he sends. If it's $5 and over, it allows you to leave a message. This one just allows you to click the
like.
You're supposed to click the
like.
Oops. It has a like thing up there.
Yeah, right here. I didn't knew that. I knew.
Well, you can get one tomorrow for breakfast. They don't open in the morning, unfortunately.
I am going out tomorrow.
And you do not want. Where are you going tomorrow?
To the doctor.
Oh.
For my
You do not want one at the very end of the night because you get whatever's left over.
That's fair.
Yeah. One that's been sitting there for an hour waiting for the next customer to come in, or no, we don't have this cheese because we sold out, whatever. You don't want to do that.
So what you're saying is that next weekend you're going to take me to get corn, right? Is that what you're saying?
We'll see.
No, we'll see. Thunderbird will see. I mean,
Bilefly says, I never ever found any major issues on a Yamaha SHO motors. They were so very pretty. Yep.
Thunderbird gets to say.
And who else?
Uncle Doug also
Uncle Doug
says,
just gave us $10 for more hot dogs.
And now I can get.
Does that mean I have to have one too?
You can get corn if you want that.
I don't eat the corn here. It's white corn. Yuck. It's too hard for my teeth.
Have you ever had it?
It's too hard for my teeth.
Like on a cup?
Yes, it's too hard for my teeth.
Yeah,
it's not soft at all. The white corn here is not soft at all. They have yellow corn in Mexico City. They have blue corn in other places here in Mexico.
There is so many colors.
Say thank you to Uncle Duck.
I'm working on it.
Buddy, it's a crime. All that stuff you put on a hot dog. Why?
Why is it a crime? It's so tasty.
It makes a hot dog a meal. That's the Mexican thing. You take a small taco and you shove it full of vegetables and everything else, and you make a taco a meal.
Yes.
That's what they do here. With every food.
Everything.
Yes. Firefly. The El Camino with the extra storage between the seats. Or under the behind the seat, there's a storage compartment back there.
Wait until we tell them that we put tamales inside of tortas.
Thunderbird. Good to know, Firefly. Uncle Duck. Nope. All for the missus. I have no problem with that. The last time she had a hot dog there, I had it's French fries with what is it? There's hot dogs on the fries and cheese and stuff. It did not sit well with me at all. At all. Firefly, store your kilos back there. That's the first place they look, though.
I mean, we almost like, what kilos?
Yeah. Thunderbird. I saw an SHO car for sale a while back, but had some bad rust. Was going to get it for a family member.
Uncle Doug says, mustard and onions, please. Oh.
I think I put out on my community page, Uncle Duck, pictures or something
Video.
of a video of the hot dog that Mrs. Spec got and how they were making it. It is stacked up. It is huge.
Yeah.
They put all the vegetables, all the condiments, two or three different types of cheeses, plus grilled onions, and just everything,
Yeah.
everything.
Publicist cops just don't know about the extra storage hidden in the El Caminos.
No, but the drug dogs do.
Puff Campus Puff Campus says, I sure like that El Camino.
It's pretty clean for a 72.
Pericula says, a horse walks into a bar, and the bartender asks, why the long face? And the horse says, because you make the same joke every time I come in here. Thunderbird says, the best hot dog is just with mayo and mustard. No, Thunderbird.
No,
Has so many other things. You have to come here and eat one.
they put everything on them here.
Yes. And in Culiacan, which is really close to here, they actually put beans in hot dogs. So
And Biofly, Dean says email the taco, but Biofly says chili dogs are nice. They don't have chili. That's the only thing they don't have.
no.
But it's filled up. It is filled up. But it's not a beef hot dog. It's some kind of birds. Because on the package it says aves, which is birds. Doesn't specify turkey. Doesn't specify what it is. Just says birds are in the hot dogs.
Thunderbird says very good, a good one. Thunderbird says a three-legged dog walk into a bar. Who shot my pa? His
Mm-hmm.
pa. And Joshua Man says, here's the Ramirez again.
Yep, the Ramirez. You can look up on Google or on Wikipedia what kind of engines they had in them, because I'm not really sure.
Dean says, condiments?
Yes, Dean, condom mints.
Condiments. Balfa says mayo? Blasphemy. Bob the Campo says, what's a Ramirez?
A Ramirez was a truck that was made in Mexico for the Mexican market in the early 70s, and they made what you saw there, plus they made vans, they made a few others. They didn't sell a whole lot of them, and it's really hard to find one with the original engine in it. I had a customer asking me for years for one, and I could never find one for him. That one has some kind of bed on it that is squared off, and it has like Jeep taillights on it. So I don't know what's happening back there, but the front is the Ramirez.
Mercury says, that's enough mirth for me today.
So no more jokes. We're only halfway through the pictures.
I'm happy because I'm getting corn next week.
Thunderbird says, Barracuda, you have soothed our souls. Thank you.
Can you ask the people if somebody knows, like,
Why are you getting white hair all over everything?
I can ask the people. Does anyone have any like information on if it would be better to use Streamlabs and have the money directly sent to PayPal, or you continue to use the system that YouTube uses and have it sent through YouTube?
I wonder if Kim has looked into that. I think she's still using the YouTube thing though. Uncle Duck, funny, Thunderbird. Has anyone seen my podner? Dean says, like edible underpants. I don't know where that came from. Buddy Carfano, onion rings or fries? They don't have onion rings there. They do make some fries, but like I said, the last time I got them with all the fixings, it didn't sit well with me at all. I didn't like the way I felt after eating them. Dean says, I'm sorry, Barracuda. I need to moderate myself. Like that'll ever happen, Dean. Uncle Duck, when things get hot, the melt to jelly. When things get hot, the melt to jelly. Dean Stevenson. Thunderbird, Buddy Carfano. I'll one up you. Sweet potato fries from A&W.
I've never had sweet potato.
Ask Kim the question. She just her ears were burning.
Hi Kim. Do you know? Do you have any insight on if it would be better to use like the YouTube directly to get the money, or if it would be better to use something like StreamYard or Streamlabs? It's basically the same thing, and get the money through PayPal directly. I'm looking into that right now.
I don't know how that would, translate into you guys using it. I don't know. Uncle Doug says, "What is a TBR? Cool Roadster." This isn't a Roadster though. You're gonna have to look up what a TBR is because I don't have an answer. I think it's an English car. I think. I don't know. I don't even know where they were made, but to find one in Mexico is amazing, and in this condition, and as original as this too. Firefly says, "When I get back to work tomorrow, I have to finish replacing both the heater core and evaporator core in a 77 Caprice. Had to use the inductive heater to free up aluminum line nuts on it. Ugh. You don't want to mess with aluminum lines."
Fireplace is much easier than the new cars. Uncle Doug says, okay. Kim fixes thing says, I don't know about alternative payment systems. Oh, okay. Thunderbird says, Firefly, nice. I want one of those induction heaters. Jose Campos says, YouTube takes 30% services like PayPal takes much less.
Well,
Yeah.
in our case, Buff,
PayPal,
they take 10% off the top, and then they give us 1 point lower on the exchange rate. So I don't know what that would add up to. That it depends on the amount that we're transferring.
they will take, I think, 10% plus 30 cents per movement.
I don't know what they do with that.
Yeah, I think so. 30 cents per movement, and then the rate is smaller dollars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they take a point off the exchange rate, so it may not add up to how much YouTube is taking off though.
Yeah, I think it might be better.
Well, I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if they click that button, I don't know if it takes them to Streamlab or if they'd even be able to have it go through because it's a new system. It's a different system.
We will have to see.
No.
We can always taste it.
Dean says, like a Gilburn Invader or Janetta. Biofy. They run about $500, but I seldom use it except for special situations like the aluminum line with steel line nuts on them. It's almost a scarecrow tool.
Robert says, does that mean Mrs. Spec only gets half a hot dog?
No, she gets 2/3.
Ah.
And YouTube takes the other third of the hot dog. Oh, when you click, Uncle Duck, when you click that, it takes you directly to PayPal. That's interesting. Biofly. Thunderbird, Biofly, do you use a torch more often then?
Kim says the super chat and membership systems are very nice because they are integrated into the platform. Other systems will require you to link to some other device.
Yeah, well, what I was telling Mrs. Speck was with the ads, the AdSense, they give you a penny here, a penny there. It would take forever to add up to the $100 limit. I mean minimum, if you don't have the super chats that come in. So, it's I don't know how we're gonna do it because I don't think, I'm only putting out 2-3 minute videos, which I'm gonna have to figure out how to change all that, to put out longer videos that they would actually be able to put ads on or whatever, something that somebody would want to watch. Uncle Duck says yes. I didn't know that. I didn't know that it took you directly to PayPal. Firefly. It's only 500 watts power. It needs to be 2,000 watts to be as effective as a torch.
So maybe it does cut off the middleman when you use Streamlabs.
It might, but we don't know. I don't know if I want to try that experiment.
I have to look into it. We don't have to try it. I can look into it.
Look up a YouTube video. Somebody has had to have done it.
Yeah.
Dean says a 0.5 dog. Thunderbird. Interesting. Firefly. A torch is more versatile It can blow away the rust with a reducing flame. Definitely.
Like a blowtorch or like a torch torch?
Propane torch,
Oh,
Dean says.
I was thinking about the torch, like the stick with the
No,
fire.
no, no, no. He's a mechanic. We're talking about mechanic tools.
I don't know.
Uncle Duck, propane torch and penetrating oil here. Yep. Thunderbird asks, "What's with all the red horns in the engine bay?" Some people like those custom horns, like the Duke boys had. They like that stuff. They sell that stuff at AutoZone. The stuff doesn't last, but they can put it in there. Doesn't mean it works. Firefly, the inductive heater mentioned is good for lug nut sized objects, with the exception of using it for bending exhaust tubing. And Firefly says acetylene torch.
I don't know what the difference is.
That's okay. You don't need to.
Okay.
You're not going to be using a torch on any of my cars. I don't use a torch on any of my cars.
When are we gonna?
We don't really need it. We don't really need it here because the sun heats up everything.
You just go outside, hold it out for a while, and
Yeah.
just really glue it together.
Patrick says Mexican hat dance horns, or some kind of combination like that. Yeah.
I was thinking.
You were thinking you're going to read messages.
Sorry. Butterfly says the exhaust tubing is a small amount of steel, so it can heat it up well. Polycarbonace says watch crash test videos on Duster. Pretty scary.
Yeah, I gave one to Buff the other night of the Dodge Aspen 2-door, which is the same body, hit from the rear. Man, that it just folded like a piece of paper.
Like a cheap suit. Paracuda says a torch in New Zealand is a flashlight. Yeah,
yeah, we've heard weird words that you guys use for other stuff.
In UK.
Yeah, that too.
It, yeah. Thunderbird says anyone still use Napa? I do when I can, but they are so useless these days for all their stuff.
Barracuda, what's a torch called in New Zealand? A torch, not the electric one. Don't tell me it's called a torch.
Napa, like Napa cabbage?
No. Napa Auto Parts.
Okay. Dean says flashlight or torch. Uncle Doug says, hell yeah, Barry, light it up. Firefly says if you work in a flammable environment, then the inductive heater is safer for those trainees.
Yeah.
Pablo Campos says to Barracuda, what do you call an oxyacetylene rig? Pablo says Napa carries the weird, hard to find stuff.
They do, or they did.
Thunderbird says, wait, so shining a torch on a nut is in the way? That explains a lot. Pablo says, mostly they have chemicals. Barracuda says it's called a torch.
Well, how do you know what they're talking about then if they're both called a torch?
Patrick says smoke wrench.
Buddy Carvano says Napa means never any parts available.
I'm sweating.
Thunderbird, Napa Canada carries different stock than Napa USA, so that might be the difference. Yeah, and there is no Napa Mexico. We did just get O'Reilly though. I have not been in the store yet.
No.
Because it's on the other side of town, but at least they have old car parts in their computer. AutoZone took everything out of their computer for old cars. Can you imagine a country like this that still has slant sixes all over the country, still on the road, and a mechanical fuel pump for that engine is not even in the AutoZone system? Not there. They purposely removed all of the old car parts. But O'Reilly, I checked, they do have it in their system, and they could probably get it.
Dean says that's why they added another 4 or 5 inches to the 4-door sedan or wagons. Dean says to make up for a rear end hit in a short wheelbase F-body. Pablo says perhaps, I mean past tense, haven't checked lately. They used to carry the internal ignition coils for those Ford Probe 2.5-liter V6 engines.
Okay, that's pretty obscure.
Thunderbird says, Buddy Carfano, that's about right. Pablo says everyone else sold the whole distributor.
Yeah. Okay. I have one coming up in here, and you got to follow the rules because I put in there it's a Ford probe, and I think I put let the jokes commence or something like that. You know, the funny thing is when that car came on the market, the original probe and all that, those jokes that everybody came up with afterwards never entered my head as to what the name of the car meant. It was just a Ford probe to me.
Paco Alpha's here. Hi, Paco.
Hola Paco, ¿cómo estás?
And Barcodes is pretty much what you call it, Bob. Paco Alpha says, hola amigos, qué gusto verlos. Ya pronto estaré en todos los directos otra vez. Les mando un fuerte abrazo y mucha buena vibra. Qué bueno, Paco.
Gracias.
Sí, nosotros seguimos teniendo directos los sábados y los domingos. A veces cuando salimos, pues tenemos los lives, son generalmente todo el día, pero avisamos generalmente antes de. Pero sí, qué bueno que nos estás aquí apoyando. Dean says two each, about $400 each on our Ford Telstar and Ford Probe. Telstar? Telstar says it only probes your wallet. Perkura says, what is a caravan in America?
A motorhome.
Kim says,
or a Dodge.
Kim says, my local Irish parts store has been good with all car parts still. Everything else has to be found online.
Yeah.
Uncle Doug says, caravan or soccer wagon?
Kim, because of the grammar, the apostrophe S is not on the name here. We have O'Reilly, just like the product Vicks Vapor Rub. It is Vic here.
Mm-hmm.
Depend, no, not depends. They take the S off all of these because it's not the grammar is not correct.
Yeah.
Here.
Wait. Josh Homan says a minivan. Thunderbird says no Napa Mexico, but a lot of Napa parts are made in Mexico. That's like having your kids make popcorn for a company, but telling them they can't have any.
Yep.
Dean says, imagine if it was Holden Pro. Dean says GM had more sense. Pablo says a caravan in the British definition is a tow behind camper or RV.
Yeah.
Patrick says Dodge Caravan / Plymouth Voyager.
Or the Chrysler Town and Country. If you want luxury.
Tengo una idea.
What?
You can come up with a list of like little rants, like little questions or little like topics that you have, and
get out my boomer chair.
You could.
They can't see it, but I'll just tell them I'm sitting in a boomer chair.
You could, and like either like do the thing that I was telling you about, that you can put the microphone, the phone on your chest and walk around when you clean the cars, you show the cars or whatever, or sit down and do that, or like something like that. But do like little things, and you're gonna do that for members.
I'm not gonna do that because I won't have control of the camera showing my face in the windows.
Fair.
Yes. Happened before.
But it could be put out for members.
Mm-hmm.
For says in New Zealand, a caravan is a thing you live in while on holiday. Really?
Yes. A trailer.
Uncle Doug
an
says,
RV.
Bingo bird. Dean says, every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Josh Homan says, nice car, except for the new seats. Joe is really hot, I can tell. I was trying to brush him. He's a lot of fur.
Yes, he does, but you don't brush him with that.
But I don't have anything else. Kim says, you could wear a horse mask like Peg from Zip Ties and buy a slice.
Kim, where does he live? It's been over 100 degrees here every day for the last week or so. I don't think I want to wear any kind of mask.
Wait, what kind of horse mask? Was it like a leather mask that looks like a horse?
I don't know.
Was it like a fly mask?
I don't know.
Because if it's a
ask her.
What kind? Well, I'm asking out loud. Is it like a leather or a pleather or whatever mask that looks like a horse, or is it like a fly mask that you put on a horse? Because if it's like a fly mask, you could wear a fly mask.
No, I don't have the nose to go into it.
You don't have to.
Barry says, "What is a shooting brake?" By the way, we don't call them that here. It's a station wagon.
Joshua says LTD is nice except for the silly wheels.
That's easily changed.
Dean says, I noticed the UTG still hasn't given Peg his leg back. Didn't you notice, Kimberly? Patrick says 100% Fahrenheit is insanity.
No, 100 degrees Fahrenheit is insanity. But that's how that's
Why did I say
we're into
100%?
summer.
Why did I got the percent?
I don't know. We're into summer already, Patrick, and that's what it is here.
It's way past 100.
And we also have humidity. So yeah,
Yes.
we're lucky that way too.
70% humidity daily.
Yeah.
Kim says you could get one of those furry suits. No, he will die immediately. He will see the suit and die. Like
She says some of the good ones have AC. I can't even imagine putting on something like that.
no.
No.
Thunderbird says, anyone else sick and tired of
Winning.
winning so much? I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. I just saw a comment someone sent me telling someone they are winning too much. I think they mean whining.
Whining is with an H. But okay.
Kim says it's a rubber horse head. It will be far too hot for my skin.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
like I figured, but like, what about
But it would be a great video when I faint and die on the road on the on the ground in back of the house, right? For a heat stroke.
not a great experience? Let me tell you.
No.
Papa says the last time I took a test drive in a Ford Pro was when some 20-year-old decided to hit 100 miles per hour trying to show me that the power was dropping off. I told him he was unworthy of more power.
Oh, definitely. Why would a Ford Pro need to go over 100 miles an hour?
Dean says it's no longer polite, Barracuda. Also, Kim, if you were to wear a rubber mask, never mind. I was gonna say something else. No, I'm not gonna say anything. No,
I can't imagine what it is, but I don't want to hear it.
no, I'm not gonna say.
Firefly says, so I cast him out of my shop. Yes, definitely.
But this is no longer polite, Barracuda. Barracuda says in New Zealand, a fender is a mudguard. In England, a fender is a wing.
We call it warafango here, which is pretty much the same thing because fango is the mud and the guard, yeah, I guess it's the same thing, warafango.
Mudguard, yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick says Mustang too. Oh my god.
And a manual, Patrick.
Emmanuel.
Yeah. Mexican 302 with a 4-speed.
Uncle Doc says I had a King Cobra Mustang eat my lunch a long time ago.
A Mustang 2, a Cobra 2.
Kim says Dean, it wouldn't let me answer your question. The internet is protecting Tony. Dean says Thunderbird winners can win and losers can please themselves. Thunderbird says, well, good night all. I hope the peace you all experience blows your minds. Until next time.
Thank you, Thunderbird.
Thank you, Thunderbird.
And of course, I'm still trying to get the answer for the shipping on cars. The guy sent me a message while we were out on the road, and I said, "Hey, I'm out on the road. I'll get back to you." And then I get back here, and I send him a message, and he still hasn't answered me. So,
what the hell? Uncle Luke says yes. Pablo says the Ford Pro 2.5 liter could hit over 100 miles per hour, but the governor would stop it there.
Well, that's good, but it was a very aerodynamic car with the headlights down, so it shouldn't have any problem getting up there.
Uncle Doug says cheers, Thunderbird. Dean says he has most favored player protection from the YouTube gods. Patrick says good night, Thunderbird. Barracuda says in New Zealand, a lady is a Sheila sometimes. I've heard the word Sheila
I've heard that
before,
Mhm.
especially from either
Oh, the Australians.
Australia
Yeah.
and also why did the word disappear in my head?
It's not in the UK. They call them birds.
No, yeah, Australia. Buffett says I was not about to disable the governor for that idiotic brat.
No, that would probably put your shop
risk,
yeah, at risk.
Dean says except in K Road, Barracuda. Uncle Doc said, oh wait. Uncle Doc says I had a girlfriend named Sheila. She was double drop.
There's a lot of these U.S. mini trucks here that came in the very early 2000s when Mexico opened up the border for any open bed pickup truck. So there's clean Chevy Loves, the Datsun 720s, 620s, just about any mini truck you can think of is here and clean in Mexico.
The short ones are always trouble, Uncle Doc.
The short what?
Short girls.
Oh,
Dean says the music video Yoko Ono from Super Ed is proof. Our greatest YouTube video.
there's a reason small girls are trouble. Can anybody guess what the reason is? Small girls are always trouble. What do you think?
Because they had to fight.
Yes, all of their life they had to fight.
Mm-hmm.
If they had brothers, they had to fight for their position. They had to fight their brothers. Yep. So they're scrappy. That continues into their later life.
Papa says, I miss the mini trucks.
Yeah, they're all here in Mexico.
Uy, me asustaste.
I think I got it.
Patrick says I do too.
Grabbed it with my.
Patrick is scared. I got scared, Patrick. Papa says the small ones are biters. Yep.
Big ones can bite too.
Yep. I confirm that.
See, when you're with a smaller woman, you have the illusion that she's more controllable. That is not true. That is not true at all.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what the car that Buff and Kim have should look like. The Triumph Spitfire. Why it's in Mexico, I don't know.
¿Me traes galletas?
No.
Traes galletas.
Why somebody would bring that to Mexico, I don't know.
Uncle Doc says biting is fine, but the scratches really hurt.
You shouldn't be fighting with it. She shouldn't be fighting with anybody in the first place.
Barracuda says in England a truck is a lorry. Yeah, I've heard that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Dean says no.
Go
I'm
for
sorry.
it. Go for it. Go for it. I dare you.
Caranga Happy
Road.
Caranga Happy Road, universally known as K Road, is Auckland's vibrant bohemian heart. Once a colorful red light district, the strip has transformed into a thriving cultural hub. Did I say that correctly, Dean? Caranga Happy. Rafael Campos says our Spitfire was 100% rust and bondo.
Yes.
Dean says I have a friend called Lori. Her nickname is Truck. Kim says yes, that Spitfire looks very familiar mechanically.
Yes.
Josh Roman says that's the wrong reason to date someone. It isn't about control. Mm-hmm. Dean says Trolen?
It would be wonderful if the women knew that too, Josh. It's about control and change. I can change him. I can make him do what I want.
I'm checking if it's still on. I'm just checking if it's flashing. Because you're moving and the light goes like this, so I don't know if it's flashing.
I can still see it on the graph.
Yeah, if it's on, but not if it's flashing. Dean says because she is a lady of the night.
Is.
Barracuda says she got Karanga happy right. Yay!
Isn't that amazing? People that speak Spanish pronounce every letter. It's just normal to them. I can't do that because I'm looking at the last four letters. That's Hape. Karanga Hape.
Well, that's just depends on what you learn. It's like let's say with Korean, it is the other way around. You don't pronounce every letter, and it sounds weird. Like it is very difficult for a Spanish speaking person to learn Korean for that reason.
Yeah. But we're down in Mexico City, and some of the areas are native names that are 13, 15, 17 letters. I'm like, not a chance in hell I'm going to be able to say that word. And we were being driven around by the guy that works at the hotel, and he says, at least you should try. No. I do live here, but there's no way I can say some of those names. The names of the pyramids and stuff like that. They're huge words, and no, I just can't.
¿Sabes quién es Tlaloc? A este punto de tu vida. ¿No sabes quién es Tlaloc?
No.
Tlaloc es el dios de la lluvia. Tú deberías saber quién es Tlaloc.
Vilefly is leaving us.
Firefly, no. Firefly, good night, Firefly.
Good night, Vilefly.
Have a good night. Good night. Veracruz says New Zealand Navy Admiral is a lesbian. Okay, I'll trust you on that one. I don't know. Dean says most of the workers have the right hate. Happy? Firefly says good time for bed, midnight here. Uncle Doug says
It's
good
10
night,
o'clock
Firefly.
here.
Patrick says good night, Firefly. Yeah.
If this car had a manual in it, this white Mustang, it would be perfect. It's the perfect combination of the crisp white paint and the Mexico only wheels and the Mercury Capri tail lights, but it has an automatic.
Dr. Campos says if it's French, you don't pronounce the last half of the word.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's why when I was thinking about learning another language, I was looking into it, and I decided for Italian because it's very easy in comparison, it's very easy for a Spanish speaking person to learn Italian because the language is very similar. It's based on the same base language, which is Latin. So, Patrick says 12 a.m. here, midnight. Yeah.
Midnight. We have 2 more hours to get to midnight.
Ian says if you had a list, you cannot say Pyramus and Thisbe.
Pyramid? Thisbe.
Dean says Shakespeare is so gosh darn funny. It's designed with a list. Jose Campos says I like that white Mustang. Yeah, it is really nice.
The panel gaps are so good on it. The hood, the trunk, everything.
But LED headlights, yeah.
Yeah, everybody says the same thing, but we just order a set of headlights and hopefully the wiring is not melted like it is on my 83 AMC because of those stupid headlights.
Eh?
What?
It just went off for a second. It was only a second.
Uncle Duck says, agreed, the LEDs blow it. Although he may live in an area that doesn't have very many street lights. That's very possible.
Yeah.
That there's a lot of those areas around here.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, people change out their stock headlights just to change something on the car. And that's just dumb.
Can you put a sticker on it? Can I put a sticker on it?
I don't know where the fog lamps would go, Uncle Duck. It doesn't have the GT front bumper on it.
It says Jonathan Was is boss. Who's Jonathan Was?
I think you know better than to ask questions about his comments.
I don't know who Jonathan Was is. Joey's falling asleep, and he's hot.
Yes, he's falling asleep.
And he's hot.
Because he's been catting around all day.
You've been catting around, baby?
Dean says, just pretend it's a Fairmont, Uncle Duck. At least with a Fairmont, it has a metal front bumper. You can install fog lights there. Or behind the grill.
Behave. Uncle Duck says, writing.
A fox body is a fox body. Barry Kuda says, as Robin Williams said, most Englishmen sound like Elmer Fudd.
Pobrecito, mi bebé.
You don't see too many K cars around. Still on the road. But there is in Mexico. And this being a Chrysler, it's an automatic. But most of the lower ones, which was the Dodge Dart K and the Valiant Volare, most of them were manuals, 4-speed manuals, which is a fun car to drive with a 4-speed manual because the gear shift lever is such a weird position, a weird shape. to have the bench seat in the car. What Chrysler always did was they gave you a small car, but they gave you an ultra luxury interior.
Mm.
So a lot of people bought them for that.
Robin Williams.
Yep, Robin Williams. Robin Williams was on the last Battle of the Network Stars that I watched last Thursday, and
How old was he?
he had just started Mork and Mindy, so he was in his early 20s,
Mm.
and it didn't matter what event it was, he wore long pants and suspenders. He would not wear shorts. And I think we all know how hairy he always was. I think he was embarrassed about that.
Yeah.
So he never it didn't even matter if he was in the in the water sport. I know that sounds bad, but the water event, he wore long pants.
I wouldn't have thought anything if you hadn't said that.
What?
Nothing. Anyway, you get to say those. Patrick says, had an 87 Aries 225K. It lasted.
They were better cars than people give them credit for. I bought a lot of they changed the body style in 85 to the rounder one. And I bought every one of them. I could every time one came through the auction, I'd buy it because it was an easy sell. Easy sell. They were cheap and they ran well. You didn't expect to win a race or anything, but
Uncle Doc says, yes, I remember when Mark came out. He was fresh for the time.
yeah, because they let him do whatever he wanted to do.
Dean says, I love his strong, manly, shaggy pile carpet back.
Whoever wasn't here yesterday, I'm going to tell you about this car. It's a 1984 Mustang SVO. In 1985, the Mexico banned the V8 engine for passenger cars. So Ford decided to make 500 very special cars that were called SVOs. And they made 300 hatchbacks and 200 coupes. This is one of the 200 coupes that they made. 302 V8, 4-speed, all of the options, the air conditioning and everything. The wheels are painted black, not the silver that they were on the other cars. And there was only 200 of these made. Very hard to find one of these. Very, very hard to find one of these.
Public Complex says nice red Mustang.
They rarely come up for sale. Rarely.
Nickel Duck says, oh geez, like late 70s, need to go then.
Yeah, that was the Battle of the Network Stars, either 78 or 79, because I don't know I think they marked it 78 because it was recorded in November of 78 at the Pepperdine University in California. And a young Valerie Bertinelli was in it too. She's one to watch. So yeah, this is a very hard car to find. Very difficult.
Asking, Patrick says asking 35.
I think it's less than that, but if you're talking about dollars.
Uncle Doug says Pilot 78. Fergus says, I remember Robin Williams in a movie and he was totally naked, full frontal exposure, jumping up and down. It wasn't very nice.
Yeah, that was I remember that movie. He was playing like a crazy guy. It has a weird title to it.
Uncle Doug says, yes, she was.
I always had a crush on her. She's still very, very attractive and a very, very intelligent woman. But she has not had an easy life. Everything that's happened to her. And her son Wolfgang has his own band now. So he's doing his thing.
Patrick says freedom units, yes. Uncle Doug says, had a star crush on Valerie.
Yeah, she was very cute and innocent.
Do you want to keep saying, like, do you want to keep singing praises to her? Do you want to keep going?
Sure.
No me vayas a aruñar, te estoy viendo con todas tus pinches uñotas.
Uncle Duck has a Wolfgang guitar. Is that one of his? Dean says, send copies of the movie to Dean Stevenson, 9 Brown Street, Dune. Hey, PM me. Name, year, and title. Very good. Where's Pepperdine exactly? It's in Malibu, California, Barry. I don't know if the fire got to it, this last one, but yeah, it's in Malibu. If you look up Battle of the Network Stars, they do aerial shots. They show from the Goodyear blimp, all over the area. You'll see everything. They have the last event. They do it on the beach in Malibu, the tug of war, to see who wins the money.
Just so much as Los Angeles.
Yeah, Malibu.
Uncle Doug says it was produced and assigned by Indy.
Oh, okay.
Hercules says sounds appealing to Judy.
And of course, this is a much better car than the Mustang was ever. The Dodge Dart wagon, which is what we called it, a Dodge Dart. This car was never produced in the US because they never used the Dodge 400 front end on a station wagon, or the Chrysler LeBaron front end, if you want to look at that. They never used that on a station wagon. So this is unique. All this one needs is the bumpers painted, and then it would look brand new.
Uncle Doug says, sorry folks, hate the wood look.
How could you hate a station wagon?
He doesn't hate the station wagon.
I don't think there's wood on there. I think that's the brown paint, just like the rest of the car.
But he hates the
like look. They removed it and put the.
Since as long as Mrs. Ecstasy doesn't find it, I have a J. Edgar Hoover room I can hide it in. I hope my pastor doesn't come over for tea and so. Patrick says unusual for sure.
Yeah. The trick would be to find one of these that was like parked in a garage and not used very much.
Uncle Doug says not the wagon, it's the woody style. See?
That's what gives it style.
He doesn't like the style.
That's what gives it. That's what gets everybody to look at it.
But he doesn't want to be looked at. Leave him alone.
Hey, look, it's got gauges on the A-pillar like it's a race car. That just looks like something I'd hit my head on.
Because Robin Williams could have shaved his body.
He didn't want to do that.
It's not.
And Uncle Duck says, you can have one for me. Okay. I love station wagons. I've always loved station wagons. And when I was young, I think I was like 18 or 19 or something. I bought my first hearse, which is a Cadillac station wagon. It always fascinated me how they redid the back of the car, still staying in the design of the passenger car, redesigning the tail lights and where the reverse lights go and everything. So the rear end looks like the passenger car, but it's still a wagon.
Dean says the wood, it softens the corners. Uncle Doug says the Robin Williams secret stories are dark.
Mm-hmm. Look at the fender. See the paint right there?
Uh-huh.
When we went and saw this car and drove it, the paint was perfect. This is what the sun has done to the car over the past year and a half or so.
Or maybe a car.
We went to Guadalajara and we drove this car because I matched up the license plate, but the sun has completely faded the paint on the sides and everything, and it has an engine noise in the 2.8 that we walked away from the car for that. It's for a client in Connecticut. He's asking me for another one now.
Uncle Doug says top coat peel.
Something's peeling because the car was recently painted when we saw it, and he just hasn't been taking care of it. But you'll notice that it's an '89, so it's a 5-speed manual in that car. The first year they used the 5-speed in a Celebrity, and I don't think one of these was ever sold in the U.S. with the V6 under the hood and a 5-speed manual in the car. You could get a manual with the 4-cylinder, but not many people opted for that. So to find one of these over there is very rare. What did Dean say?
Dean says, but then it makes you feel prickly from personal experience. Sorry, Kuda. Waxing is okay, but you've got to have an
Entourage.
entourage of carpet removal people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's bad.
yeah.
Most people know that already, Dean.
If I had the money, I will do lasering. Yeah, the thing lasering is the way to go. Pablo Campos says 2.8 engine noise, runaway.
We did. We did eat at his taco place though, because it's right across the street.
We didn't run away. We were like, I'm not concerned about the car, but how are the tacos?
Yes, the guy served. The guy has a taco place, so we went and had tacos, and then we left. Then we ran away
Whiskey dado.
because we were hungry. Here's the pro bit. Let the jokes begin. I've always liked this car. The left fender looks weird to me because it's sticking up a little bit, but I've always liked this car. I don't think it's a GT though. It advertises a GT, but I don't think it's a GT. It's got no spoiler on it. Got GT wheels on it though, so hard to tell. This car was not sold here. These were brought in. These were imported by people over the years, and then they got legalized here. But these Mazdas are great driving cars. Great driving cars. Buff, if it's got like a ticking noise or clicking noise inside, what would it be? What would the problem be in the engine? In your experience?
Ian says, it's very sad, Uncle Doug. There's usually hope for everyone, but not for him. That's why I joke, in hope that one person will take a morsel of hope for every day. Uncle Doug says, lifters.
Lifters. Okay. So not that hard to change out. Lifters in a can. Labor's really cheap here, so it doesn't take very much to rebuild an engine or the top end of an engine here. I'm just not sure it would make its way back. There's two that I have to show the guy. They're farther south in the country though, and he wants it delivered to the border here because I don't think he wants to pay for it to be shipped over to Florida. He said he's still saving up money to buy one, and he says, and my friend says, how are you ever going to get a car out of Mexico? So I copied and pasted the link to the video I made showing the last 9 cars that I sold. I said, send this to him. Wrist pin death rattle. So that could be bottom end too. It didn't have a lot of miles on it. It was not a high mile car, but he doesn't use it very much either. It's always parked on the street in front of it, on the other side of the street from his taco place. But I knew enough to get away from the car because the client would not go for it. It has to be a really nice car, with as many options as possible.
It was when we went to get
The Valiant?
No.
Volare?
No.
What did we go to get?
The carryall because it was raining. It was as soon as we left that place, it started raining.
Oh, okay. So we went to get the 82 carryall.
Mm-hmm. And Uncle Doug says, hope every day. Bingo din.
Mm-hmm.
Bertula says, yes, it would be prickly. Yes, it would. Very bad. Pablo Campos says, I had many 2.8 engines that had a tick that turned into a loud knock.
So that would be bottom end then.
I never took one apart. The cars weren't worth repairing.
Okay, so that's definitely bottom end. So it would need a complete rebuild. So on these cars, I'm gonna have to ask for a video of the car running, and hear the engine running before I even go out to look at it. But like I said earlier, if we don't buy something quickly this month, we're not going to be able to go out next month because the country is going to be inundated with people coming for the World Cup.
Same.
And the 3 major cities, Guadalajara, Mexico City, and Monterrey, because there's two R's,
Mm-hmm.
are
Good
gonna
boy,
are
good
gonna
boy.
be loaded with people, and the hotel, the hotel rates are gonna be really high. You're not gonna be able to drive around town. You're never gonna get an Uber.
And if you do find something to sell this month still, you guys are gonna get to meet a friend of ours because I'm not gonna be going on that trip.
Who's our friend?
Gustavo.
Well, maybe he would go, maybe he wouldn't.
Yeah, but I'm not going.
Yeah,
So hope you guys behave and welcome him.
he speaks English, but
It's,
he doesn't practice his English, so he doesn't. He's losing a lot of words, just like I'm doing now.
yeah.
Even though I speak English all the time, it's not because I don't practice my English, just because of my old brain. I mean, I couldn't remember Clarkson's name, and I tried my all my effort to remember address label. I got the address part, but I couldn't remember the label part. I told her the thing that goes on the front of the package with the address on. I had to describe it.
Dean says many of my family suffer from drug and alcohol abuse and other things. It's hard to do an accelerated compassion education. What's an accelerated compassion education? But also same Dean. What's an accelerated compassion education?
I wonder if this truck can be buffed out to be shiny again. It looks like maybe they sanded down one side of it. Because I have a guy looking for one of these, the SLT black, just like the one we just sold. But we didn't know that truck was for sale until we came upon it.
Dean says that's what happens with Spanish. Juan Manuel Fangio decided just not to try English. For example, says I'm old. Am I going to forget English words? Yes.
The most basic words. Because I read. Do you guys remember the Married with Children episode with Kelly on a game show? And it's like one piece of information enters and another piece comes out the other side. That's how I feel things are happening. I learn one thing and I can't remember the word for something else.
That's I was gonna say Shakespeare. That's Sherlock Holmes' idea of the brain. He was saying that the brain is like an attic. You can only fit so much in it,
Mm-hmm.
and if you put a new thing in it, something else has to come out.
I don't know if that's actually true, but it was funny on the show
No,
because the thing that came out of her ear was her father's career in football. So 1999 Dodge Ram Charger with big wheels. Kind of looks weird with those big wheels. With the Everything looks off with those big wheels, and that would scare me for having to replace tires.
mm,
They'd be very expensive.
you could sell them.
It cost us it cost us 2,150 pesos per tire on the truck we just had, and those were stock size.
Did you sell them?
Hmm?
The wheels and tires.
What are you talking about?
Did you sell the wheels and tires and get new wheels and tires?
Yes,
Well,
but we don't have time for that. We buy it and deliver it. Yeah, Uncle Duck, lowering it a little bit probably, but these trucks are made to have space between the rear wheel and the wheel well. All of them do. And this is the one that we had painted here. This was when it was painted, and then the next picture is what it looked like when it was done. But there was no shine on this truck before. Had damage down the side. All of the bumpers were messed up. The new paint really helped this truck.
Dean says in my Sicilian Australian community, they just say, "How do you say the bastard?" You mean when you can't find the word? In Mexico, we say the thing. Where's the thing? That thing, the thing that like the thing like the thing. You should know the thing, like the thing. That's Mexico, which is just a thing.
La cosa.
Yeah, la cosa.
Cosa.
La cosa que va en la cosa, pero la pones adentro de la cosa para que funcione, porque si no funciona, no funciona la cosa.
Yep.
Sí, es la cosa. Uncle Doug says yes for load bearing. Lynn says get for bed aluminum wheels.
For bay.
For bay aluminum wheels.
That's a French word.
Mexico's best a lot wheels.
Yes, Dean, the Safari is the thing.
The thing. La cosa, pues.
The tires that we bought were made in China, and most of them are here.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, if you watch Rich Rebuild's video where he went to China to drive an electric car, they all have Michelins on them. They don't buy Chinese tires over there. They're all for export. So that's funny. Now this truck is a truck that I drove a year ago. It's a 4-speed manual, and the guy published it with just 4 pictures of this side, the left side. So I'm asking him about it. I said, "Did you buy the truck about a year ago?" He says, "Yeah, about a year ago." Does it have damage on the right quarter panel? So he does a video of it and goes past that. I said, "Yep, that's the damage that was on there before." So I published it with the price of all the body work done and new paint, so it would look brand new. And nobody has contacted me about it. To have a rare 4-speed manual in this condition, and it has power windows, which is rare for a base model. No power locks though, but it does have power windows. I thought it was a pretty good price. New paint, everything, because the interior is still nice. The interior is very nice, and it does not have a lot of kilometers on it. But then again, it might. There might be a picture of the kilometers here. I think he sent me. For some reason I like base models with just the steel wheel with a small hubcap and a trim ring. I think that looks the best on most vehicles. I don't know how the power windows work on it. When I looked at this last year, I didn't really know much about the four speeds, that they were base models, and they mostly had roll up windows. Well, 223 isn't that bad. It's like 140,000 miles or so, 150,000 miles.
Dean says A833 new process 4-speed. I'm guessing.
I don't know what transmission it is, honestly.
Uncle Doug says decent ride, looks good with the blackout windows and rims.
Yep. It's too bad nobody's contacted me about it, because I would really like to bring it over here and get it painted. Make it look really nice.
You may have to get rid of the blackout windows.
The mistake that we made with the green one was the truck was painted, and then in less than a week, we were on the highway delivering it down to Veracruz. And the paint had not cured on the front bumper, was not strong. So any little pebble that hit the front of the bumper took the paint off. So there were, rock chips all over the front bumper. And unfortunately, that's the way we had to send it over to Florida. But we would need to, what I could tell the guy is to put a heat lamp in front of the bumper and cure that front bumper on the next one. Although this base model doesn't have a painted front bumper, it's chrome. Mm-hmm. So that wouldn't be an issue with this one, because the front bumper is not going to be painted. And since it was green, the dark green, forest green is what they called it, the bumper underneath was like white, so it really stood out that you could see all of the rock chips, the white where the green used to be.
Uncle Doug says, ouch. Makes me sick.
Oh, you're under my chair now. It's cooler on the floor.
Tiene calor.
Yeah. It's even warm here at night. It probably gets down into 80, 82 degrees. Can you check what time it is? I mean, what the temperature is right now?
In Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
In Fahrenheit, temperature unit, Fahrenheit is 75.
It's 75 right now at 10:30 at night. So, yeah, we don't get much cool in this time of year. It's going to get hotter and hotter outside, and it's going to get hotter.
It's 75, but feels like 77, and the humidity is 64%.
64% humidity. Yeah. We're going to have to start using our air conditioner in here pretty soon. Pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to cover the windows, both windows.
Mm-hmm. Should have done that today.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
can do it tonight, I guess.
Yeah. Cover it with what?
This one has the tarp.
Yeah.
We need to cover it completely, and the dog, I'm not sure. We need to see.
Okay, guys. Well, we already been through all of our pictures. I have no more stories to tell for tonight. I think we're gonna get out of here. We got some more stuff to do before I can get to sleep tonight. I got to get up early and try to figure out what's going on with the one that we delivered.
Well, the campus says it's 71 here now, over there.
Well, that's kind of warm for you guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, on Thursday you had the fire on in the shop. You guys are crazy with your temperatures high and low and high and low. We don't get much coolness here or a cool breeze. So, good night, everybody. Thank you, especially you, Uncle Duck, for giving away the memberships. And now I have to figure out something to give my members that they're gonna appreciate besides the video of Mrs. Spec dancing. She laughs, but I'm gonna do it.
Thank you, Tomaporke, for the donation.
Yes.
Uncle Doug for the memberships.
And then again.
Thunderbird for the donation for the hot dogs, and Uncle Doug again for the donation for more hot dogs.
Yes.
You will buy me something, I promise.
Yes. I'm not gonna wait for the money to get to us because that'll be like 3 months later.
I will make him buy me something.
I'll have to dig into my finances and get a hot dog or something one of these nights.
Or corn, but corn is too hot for corn. Maybe some.
Hopefully they still sell corn here. We don't have to walk very far.
Maybe some chips, like prepared chips.
Oh, tostitos.
No, chips.
Oh, chips preparados.
Sí.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Oh, raspado. I'm hungry.
I haven't had anything to eat tonight.
You know. Thank you, guys.
Good night.
Good night.